Questions and comments. The honourable member for Courtenay-Alberni.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank my colleague for his speech, and he knows that the NDP is reluctantly supporting this motion, and we will use all the powers at our disposal to hold the government to account while this Emergency Act remains in place. Mr. Speaker, I support his denouncing of the gaslighting of the Conservatives and the occupation and the convoy itself, but I do believe there's many Canadians that have been pushed to the margins that are struggling, like all of us, here through COVID, but many people have been pushed to the margins and they haven't been heard. In fact, there's been divisive rhetoric on both sides, and the Liberals are responsible too, not listening to those Canadians, not explaining their decision-making around even policies around mandates. And I believe that our collective consciousness as a parliament is right now at its lowest level of shame and blame and fear. I'm scared. I'm scared for our country if we don't bring down the rhetoric and acknowledge the mistakes that have taken place. So I asked my colleague, what will he do to bring down the temperature? What will he do to acknowledge the failures of the Liberal government for the sake of our country?
Parliamentary Secretary.
I disagree with the notion, Mr. Speaker, that somehow there is a lack of unity in this country. This country leads the world, leads developed countries throughout the world in vaccination rates. We have more vaccination rates than any other developed country in the world. When it comes to his question about how do we improve the discourse, I'm totally open to doing that. But I feel like we need to start from a set of facts. And I feel that more and more people are bringing things into this chamber that aren't even facts. We're starting from a place of misinformation quite often, and that's where I find the vast majority of my frustration as it relates to the political discourse in here.